Hi-ho, what do you know? The Big Daddy G Show. The Big Daddy G Show. The Big Daddy G Show.
Here's yo daddy.
Welcome to the Big Daddy G Show. I'm the Big Daddy G. Who knew? Hey, welcome to the show today. We have a very, very informative show today. There's no band, there's no nothing. It's just me and you, and how we can help save our planet somehow, some way. There's something that each one of us can do. I'm not talking about, just donating money or anything like that. I'm talking about the things that we do every day. I'm going to point out some stuff to you later on in the show as to things that we do where we're wasteful and we don't know that we're doing it. A lot of this stuff, I didn't know I was doing it until somebody pointed it out. And I was like, wow, dude, I didn't know that. So my whole life, I've been doing this, I have had this habit, and it turns out that it's not a good habit to have. So you got to stay tuned for that. We're also going to interview our DP, one of our DPs and lighting specialists. His name is Enrico, and we're going to interview him because every once in a while I like to show you guys who's behind the cameras, what you guys see is just me, dude, there's so much going on. There's probably 50, 60, 100 lights above me. Somebody has to run those. There's 3 cameras, huge cameras. Somebody has to run those. There's the control room. There's the sound guys. We've got Shane and Corey in the control room running sound. We got Tyrone directing the whole show. So he, keeps the whole thing going. How he does it, I don't know, but he does it. So like I said, every once in a while, we like to show you guys who it is that's behind the scenes. And so that's what's going to happen today with Enrico. A couple of things I wanted to bring up. One of them, well, this one is, it's kind of like a happy but also very sad thing that happened here in the Austin area. We had a little guy that was terrorizing people by sending these packages that were blowing up. They caught him, and I'm going to show you a picture of the kid in a second. I want to show you. I want to see if the guys can zoom in on this. But this is the van. Which camera am I on? 3. This is the van that exploded when SWAT had surrounded him. So I warned him on the show that our detectives are the best in the world, and they're gonna catch you. So, turn yourself in. Well, he didn't. He didn't. I'm gonna borrow some news here from KXAN. I've got a good friend that works down there. It says the death of the Austin bomber has officially been ruled a suicide. Williamson County officials said that it was a suicide. Mark Condit, 23, for about a day before he was pulled over on a ditch on southbound Interstate I-35 in Round Rock on March 20th, SWAT approached and banged on the door of his Jeep. And then Mark detonated a bomb inside it. And although a SWAT officer was able to get one shot out, or he was able to shoot one bullet, and but they're ruling it as a suicide. So we're not sure if that bullet got him, or was it they're saying, well, Williamson County authorities are saying that it was the bomb that killed him. They said the cause of death was multiple penetrating shrapnel injuries. And at this point, it is ruled a suicide, according to Williamson County Justice of the Peace, Dane Johnson. The final autopsy report for him is still being worked on and won't be released until after the criminal investigation ends. The little guy's body has been released to his family. They're thinking that this is the kid or the guy that is responsible for 2 deaths of 2 people and in the Austin area. And it was from between March 2nd to the 19th, involving packages containing bombs that were left on front doors, tripwire bombs, attempts to send bombs through the mail also. So what does that mean? That means, you know, please be careful. If you get a package that you don't know, you didn't order something, you know, please be careful. I'm not trying to scare you. It's better to be, you know, prepared. I want to show you a picture of the little guy, but I wanted to read this to you because a friend of mine had made a comment about a terrorist, and a terrorist basically what a terrorist is, dude, it's a guy that causes terror, you know, to people and to civilians that have done him no harm, you know. That's what a terrorist is. It could be bombs, he could be shooting, he could be, you know, causing fires, you know. That's a terrorist. And the poor little guy, he was, you know, when you see this picture, you're gonna go, wow, dude, what, you know, what happened? Here's a close-up of the little guy. And his name was Mark Conduit, and he was from what I understand, he's from Round Rock, the Round Rock area. And also what I understand is he used to frequent a bar that I go to from time to time in Pflugerville called Red Roosters. I go and I do karaoke there on Friday nights, sometimes, not all the time. So anyway, so that was him. I wanted to show you a picture of the little guy, and it's sad that, you know, that his life ended the way it did at 22, you know. So maybe, you know, maybe somebody should have spent a little more time with him. Maybe he should have gotten some help. I don't know. But, you know, all I know is the little guy, you know, did some bad things, and I just don't believe he should have ended it that way. I think he should have turned himself in. From what I understand, he did make a 25-minute video, which I would love to show you guys once we get it, so that you can see. Okay, now on a lighter note, there's a little county, well, it's not a little county, but there's a county to the left, northwest of Austin called Llano County. And in Llano, somebody spotted something strange in Llano. What could it be? Well, they said they were walking down these, you know, the wooded area, and they saw something move. They didn't know what it was, and they finally realized what it was. So I happen to have a picture of what they spotted. I know I'm showing you a lot of pictures, but I thought this was a really cool story. So can we do a zoom in on that? I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see him in there. Can you see him in there, guys? You can see him? That's an alligator. There's like, he looks like he's about a 3 foot, maybe 3.5 foot, maybe 4 feet long alligator in Llano County. All right, so why am I telling you about this? I'm telling you about this because, guys, if you buy a small animal, that animal is going to grow up. And that animal is going to grow up and it's going to become a big animal. And so what I think happened, I remember a long time ago, you used to be able to buy crocodiles in Florida, little baby crocodiles, and people would bring them home. A lot of people from New York City used to bring them home. And then when they couldn't take care of them anymore, they would flush them down the toilets. And then that's why we ended up with all those crocodiles in the New York sewer system. So there. So if you live in the Llano County area, please be careful. I overheard 2 guys saying, they were from Louisiana, they said, oh, there's gonna be some good cooking right there. So anyway, I hope they don't do that. I hope somebody catches him, and don't approach this thing by yourself. Call the Parks and Wildlife people. And all right, so that's about it for the intro of the show. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Okay, guys, we're back. Wow. Thank you, Harding Corona, Palm Springs Road, Austin, Texas. Harding Corona is a restaurant on Palm Springs. This is really good stuff. Anyway, thank you, Harding Corona Restaurant, Palm Springs Road, Austin, Texas, for supplying us with this fountain of youth liquid. Okay, so next we're going to bring in Enrico Romano. Like I said before, he is our DP, or one of our DPs here at the studio, and for the show. And he's an awesome guy, and he does a great job with the lighting. And I asked him today if he would come and do an interview with us. So, because we have a lot of young people that watch the show. And a lot of these young people, you know, they're being told, oh, you got to be a plumber. Oh, you got to be an electrician. Oh, you got to dig this ditch. Oh, you got to, you know, and that's not what they want to do. So I spoke with Enrico and I said, you know, you could inspire, even if you just inspired one kid, you know, to follow his dream, dude, it's worth it. Okay, well, without further ado, yes, I said further ado. Ladies and gentlemen, Enrico Romano. Come on in, Enrico. Come on in. Have a seat. All right, so we actually had gotten emails from mostly women, some men, but mostly women, wanting to know about Enrico, and you know, because they see his picture on the credits, so they wanted us to interview him, because sometimes we interview the crew. So they wanted Enrico this time. So Enrico, tell us a little bit about Enrico. Where are you from?
I'm from Italy.
From Italy,
Yeah,
okay.
From Sicily, on the island.
Okay.
So southern Italy. I come here to do my dream job, that is like cinematographer.
Nice, nice. Well, you're an awesome cinematographer, I'll tell you that.
Thanks.
He's also great with lighting. Now, would you rather be a cinematographer, or would you rather be a lighting specialist, or what would you?
I would like to be like a DOP, so like the person that do like the lighting.
Yeah.
And also like camera movement, all this.
Okay.
That's what I want to do.
Okay. And where, when, or how old were you when you said, you know what, I want to be a cameraman? How old were you when that happened?
It wasn't so long ago. It was like 3 years ago, I think. I was in, no, maybe longer, yeah, I think longer. I was in an university in Florence. I was studying photography to take a degree in photography.
Yeah.
And one of our tasks was to do a short movie.
Okay.
So with my friend, we decided to do a short movie, like was a classic Italian. And then after that, like working with them and doing the light and see how it works and studying this, I like it. And so I decided to go in that direction.
Okay. And so, and that was like, how old were you at the time?
I think like 21.
21. And how old are you now?
26, almost
26?
27.
Okay. So at 21 years old, he decided, you know what, this is what I really want to do. So he took it upon himself to start doing whatever it is he had to do to follow his dream.
Yeah.
And that's what you have to do. You have to do whatever it is you have to do to follow your dream.
Yeah, always.
And so what is, tell me about a project that you've worked on recently.
So before coming here, like really, no 1 year ago, less than 1 year ago, there was a project that we did with just one, like 3 people.
Yeah.
It was 3 people crew, a director, there was also the actor, and me was cameraman and DOP, and other guys that was helping with lighting and audio. And we did this short movie. It was a psycho movie or philosophic about Freud and stuff like that. And this project was really cool because we have a distribution, we have a sponsor and everything, but it was really small with 3 people, just three people. And was great that we started to send this project, this short movie, to different festival. And we won one of the best festival in Italy that is from television, and this was this makes me really proud. Me and the director was really happy that our short movie won that festival.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. And how many projects have you worked on, do you think, since you were 21?
Couple, about 8.
About 8
9,
projects?
yeah, like short
Okay.
movie with I did DOP around 8. Then I did also like long movie like
Mm-hmm.
Future, something like that. But was like just camera assistant, something
Okay.
smaller. Yeah.
And do you like working in like a studio environment, or would you rather work outside? Which would you rather do if you?
I'm personally prefer be outside.
Mhm.
And where it's like more movement and everything like that,
Okay.
you know, run to prepare the set and everything.
Nice, nice.
But in the studio, you have a lot of equipment too, so it's cool too. It's very
Yeah.
cool too. Yeah, you can. You have more. I think you have more chance to move the light that you want it.
Okay.
That side.
And you have, dude, we have so many lights here. It's insane
Yeah.
how many lights. And he knows how to do it all. He knows how to set up the lights. He knows how to, you know, set up the cameras. He knows how to do all this stuff.
Yeah.
And he's a smart guy. You're a smart guy or a
Yeah,
smart
you can
girl.
do it.
You can do it too.
Follow
So-
your dream.
That's right. Follow your dream. That's all you got to do. But you got to start. You know, you got to start somewhere. So now, are you going to school here in Austin?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm going to school because the only way to stay here, unfortunately, with my visa is go to school.
Uh-huh.
So that's what I have to do.
Okay. And what are you studying?
I'm
at school?
studying radio, film, and television. So the
nice.
same always, just repeating
Right, right.
all time.
Right.
But you learn always something more.
Right.
So that's good.
Well, awesome. Well, the cool thing about you know, going to school and studying, you know, radio, television, and film is that they're going to teach you really cool stuff.
Yeah.
They're going to teach you tricks, stuff that you know, it could
Yeah.
take you years to learn, and those people will show you. You know, now also hands-on is also, I believe, better, but hands-on is also good because you get taught right away. This is it. This is the camera. This is the switch. This is the, you know, so you learn right away what's happening. I'm sorry that it's kind of cold in the studio here. We have really good air conditioning system here, and so we tend to keep it nice and cool because these lights are hot. No, they're not.
Yeah,
really
I come
hot.
from Sicily, guys.
Yeah.
Like it's good. Like about 80 Fahrenheit.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it was like 80 something today in Austin, and then all of a
Yeah,
sudden I
drop
looked at
it.
my thermostat and it was like 65 or something like that, and I was like, what's going on? So tell us a little bit about, now you ride a motorcycle?
Yeah, dude.
All right, what kind of bike you ride?
It's a Yamaha FZ7.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right, and how fast does it go?
pretty fast. I know.
Pretty-
I tried.
How fast have you gone? Ma, don't listen, Ma, don't listen.
100.
All right.
I think 100. No
100?
more than 100. Yeah, no more than 100. I think
So
so.
100. Now I've taken, my bike, I've taken it up to, I think 115, I think something like that.
Oh, I don't think.
And
I-
that just smooth. You know, I ride a cruiser, and it just is smooth, just cutting through the wind.
Yeah.
So, so tell us a little bit about like hobbies. What kind of hobbies do you have?
Hobby. I like building stuff
Uh-huh.
with wood, something like that.
Okay.
I used to do, I don't know in English how you say, modelism, where you build a small airplane, aircraft,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
So this was hobby when I was young,
Mhm.
and so always it is something that to keep me busy with my hand. Is like to do like building stuff with the. It's something that I really like to do.
Nice, nice. And there was a little guy that had a motorcycle accident
Yeah.
up on northeast Austin, and so he was a motorcycle guy like us. So you know, we kind of took care of him.
Yeah.
We put a little light, you know, one of those. What is it called?
The grass, along the grass.
Yeah, it's one of those lights it's a solar light.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what it
yeah,
is.
solar light, yeah.
Solar light. And the solar light, you know, it lights up at night, and you know, somebody put a cross there, and people are putting stuff there. So it was really, really cool.
Yeah.
And so the show, you know, bought the little light for that, and it looks really, really cool. When I drive by there, at night, it kind of makes it just gives you this like really cool, you know,
Yeah, every-
feeling.
Every time I pass there with a motorcycle, I also
yeah.
remember also
Remember.
be careful, to pay attention
Exactly.
every time. So guys, do it.
Exactly,
Pay
exactly.
attention.
So you've been working with us for a while now,
Yeah.
and as you've noticed, we are insane. And that's one thing I wanted to tell you guys. You're insane. If you're watching the show, you're
Yeah.
insane. But welcome to the family. So in the future, what do you have planned for the future? Because we don't want to lose you. So
I don't
in
wanna
the
lose
future,
you
what?
too.
Oh, thank you, thank you. So what do you have planned for the future other than working for only us? But,
Working for more people.
yeah, there you go.
No, but for now it's like I'm trying to finish my university and get an internship and see if I can have like a visa work, because the only way to stay here.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to do. I'm trying to do is like find a production that can give me a job and help me to stay here.
Right.
Because this is my dream, and I work so hard in Italy
Right.
without, they don't pay so much, or maybe they don't pay at all.
Right,
And
right.
here, also for small stuff, they give you something, or maybe like they help you. So I hope that someone here can help me to realize my dream.
Nice, nice. Well, kids, you heard it from Enrico Romano. He had a dream. He came here. He's living his dream.
Yeah.
And you can do it too. You know, it's not too late. It's not too late. So, you know, get up, start doing whatever it is that your dream is, whatever it is, you know, start doing it. So, all right. Well, that's it. Please stay tuned. We're going to do a little segment, and I'm going to show you some different products that you use daily and that are not good for the environment. And I'm going to show you how, or tell you how to deal, you know, with these products. So stay tuned, and we're going to be right back. I'm going to take another sip. And Enrico, thank you so much for sharing your dream with the kids. We'll be right back, guys. Hey kids, we're back. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to show you some stuff that, show you some things that hopefully will help you save water, electricity, and time. So the first thing, of course, now before we start, I want to tell you that you need, I'm supposed to say this, our attorney said we have to say this, please ask your doctor if this is a good idea for you. So, so there, you have it. All right. So the first thing I want to talk about are water bottles. Okay. So you guys know that everybody gets these water bottles, you know, and they get them and they, you know, take them places and stuff. And then you got this plastic. Okay. So then you got this plastic that's not good for the environment. Okay. And then a lot of people, hopefully they're not Texans, a lot of people will throw these out the window or just throw them on the floor, and they're really, really bad for the environment. As a matter of fact, Austin has outlawed those real thin plastic bags because they were so bad for the environment. H-E-B has got their H-E-B bags, which I'm hoping they'll put a picture of Leslie on, like they did for Selena in Corpus Christi. So, so H-E-B, I know you're listening in. So think about it. It's an idea. Okay, so how can you stop from buying these water bottles? Well, first of all, a good friend of mine that works for the water company says that their water coming out of the tap is actually better for you and purer than the bottled water. So just so you know that. Another thing is I have a water jug. So if you're a man, you're supposed to drink a gallon of water a day. Of course, again, ask your doctor if that's cool. If you're a woman, I think it's a gallon and a fourth or something like that of water a day in order for your body to work completely right. Again, talk to your doctor and make sure that he says that's cool. But this is what I carry around. I fill this up every morning, and by the end of the day, I've already drank all of this. Sometimes in the evenings, I do get cotton mouth. I do get cotton mouth, and so sometimes I'll drink more than this. I'll drink another half or something like that, which is good. It's not, it's not hurting me. But again, ask your doctor. But this will save so much. And again, it's plastic. Yes, they do make them out of metal that you can buy. I personally like this because it has a handle. I believe I got this at Walmart. So, and $2.50, and I've had it for probably 4 or 5 months now. So 4 or 5 months of not buying these, that saves a lot of energy. If you have a lot of kids, or if you have more than one kid, and your kids are always using glasses, and you think, well, I got a lot of glasses, what's the big deal? Well, you're wasting energy by having to wash all those glasses. So there's a lady who had 3 kids, I believe, and she bought colored glasses for each kid. So each kid only got 1 glass, 1 spoon, 1 fork, that type thing. And that way they didn't waste so much water by having to do so many loads of dishes. So that's an idea. If you have more than 1 kid, or if you have a husband or wife that likes to use a lot of dishes, this is an idea. Save you a lot of energy. Okay, so again, like I said, they do make them in metal. So that's also an idea. Okay, so the next thing, when most people brush their teeth, I did this my whole life until recently when I realized that, something's wrong here. Somebody pointed this out to me. I would turn the water on, I'd be brushing my teeth, 2 minutes, and I'm just wasting water for 2 minutes. It's just water running down the sink, down the drain, good water. And you're probably thinking, oh, it's not that big of a deal, it's just a little bit of water. Dude, we're talking anywhere from 3 to 4 gallons of water by just letting that water run for 2 minutes. So, yeah, it uses up a lot of water. So that's an idea. You're gonna brush your teeth, you rinse your brush, you turn the water off, you brush your teeth. If you need to get more water in your toothbrush, turn it back on, just a little dab, and keep going. Your water bill will go down. And it's good for the environment. Another thing, this is a toothbrush. Thank you, H-E-B, for supplying us with this. And our whole lives, I was taught you just fill that whole toothbrush with toothpaste. Well, come to find out, you don't need that much. You just need a little dab like that, maybe even smaller than that. So what'll that do? It'll save you money from, having to buy more toothpaste, wasting toothpaste. And it'll also help the environment because you're not buying a bunch of these and throwing them in the trash, okay? These can be recycled. So that's another thing that I wanted to point out. The toothbrush, only a dab is all you need. When you wash your hands, again, we leave the water running full blast, even if you're out in public, okay? Turn that water down and just to a little tiny trickle so that when you're washing your hands, now the best thing to do is to lather up for at least 30 seconds, because it takes 30 seconds for that soap to kill the bacteria that's the bad bacteria that's in your hands, okay? So while you're washing your hand, you get your hands wet, put some soap on there, turn the faucet down to just a teeny tiny little trickle. Again, you're saving probably a gallon, 2 gallons of water every time you wash your hands. So that's another idea to save money. Deodorant. Dun, dun, dun. I actually purchased this deodorant. It's called Crystal, and I purchased it because a friend of mine told me that it didn't have any aluminum in it. Well, it turns out it does have aluminum in it, so I stopped using it. So what am I using now? Nothing, and that's why I have no friends. No, I'm kidding. What I'm using now is lime juice. Now, you don't want to cut a lime in half and just, put it on your armpit because it's going to burn, okay? But lime juice, in case you're out in the country, there's no running water, you can actually take lemon or lime juice and put it on your hands and it'll kill the bacteria in your hands. And so that's another thing. But what I do is I take a little Q-tip and I use that and I put some underneath my arm, and then I keep track, okay, is it irritating, is it not irritating? If it's irritating, then I stop using, or I put a little bit less. So that's an idea. And you'll save, instead of spending $4 or $5 for deodorant, you're buying limes. And it's vitamin C. So keep that in mind. The other thing is, this has really nothing to do with the kind of waste that we're going to show you here, but slow down. Anytime you go over 55 miles an hour, you're using up to 30% more fuel, okay? So it was actually the Arabs that lobbied Congress to change the laws to make the speed limit higher, okay? Because if you buy more gas, they make more money, okay? So 55 was actually the most fuel efficient speed. That's why back in the 70s, we had a 55 mile an hour speed limit. So because of the, oil problems that we were having back then. Another quick thing is lawnmowers. You get your gas-powered lawnmowers. If you run that thing for 30 minutes, it's like, having 5 cars polluting. They put out a lot of pollution. My suggestion would be to get one of those that, the blades twist like this, and you get a good workout, okay? On top of that, you get a really, really good workout. Excuse me. Another thing I wanted to point out, which is not really waste, but this I think is really, really cool. There's this salt that H-E-B sells. It's called pink salt. It's Himalayan salt. Guys, if your doctor told you not to eat salt, take him a bottle of this and ask him if you can have this. My doctor told me to stay away from salt, but I'll tell you what, I use this stuff and it doesn't hurt me at all. I don't get headaches. My blood pressure doesn't go nuts. But again, ask your doctor first, okay? Because I'm not a doctor, but it works for me. Okay. One other thing I wanted to say, we're going to go to a break pretty soon. One other thing I wanted to tell you was, every time that you have an appliance plugged in, even though you're not using it, that appliance is pulling energy. It's wasting energy. I'm talking about your toaster, your blender, your little convection oven, whatever it is that you got running or you got plugged in, it's burning electricity. It's not burning a lot, but you're still wasting energy. Now, you think, oh, well, it's only a few pennies a month or a few dollars a month. Dude, you're causing pollution, okay? Because here is the power plant. By the time that energy gets to your house over here, it's already lost 50% of its power. So do you understand? They have to make more power to get more power to you, so wasting more energy. So if you're not using your toaster, you're not using your blender, unplug them. Some people don't use blenders for a long time, for weeks and months. Unplug that thing so you don't waste energy. One other thing, aluminum foil, okay? A lot of people have this in their pantries or their, their cabinets. This one, again, thank you HEB for supplying this for us. But aluminum foil is actually, according to some doctors, they're saying that it's really bad for you. So stop using it if you're cooking, okay? Again, you can recycle aluminum foil, but if you're cooking with it, stop. If you're grilling with it, you're getting all that aluminum into your food. So stop doing that. It's not healthy for you. So one of the things I wanted to point out, I'm going to move my drink over. One of the things I want to point out, and then we're going to go to a more to come to give you a couple of minutes to, or a minute to, take care of whatever it is you need to take care of. A lot of you have these pans that have Teflon in them. Well, that Teflon has been known to cause cancer. And I heard from a story that I read that that the DuPont family that invented Teflon, the company that invented it, they don't use it because they know that it's bad for them. So what I suggest is, again, you want to ask your doctor, but I suggest you use an iron skillet. Now, iron skillets, if you season them and take good care of them, dude, they'll last probably longer than you will. So, and you also get iron from it. If your doctor tells you that you're low on iron, cook some spaghetti sauce in this bad boy, and your iron problem will go away eventually. Okay, so I'm going to take a quick break right now. If you guys want to go take a sip, a rip, or a puff, go ahead and do that, and we will be right back. Hey kids, we're back. Okay. So the other things that I wanted to point out to you guys that you waste, and I used to do the same thing. Being an actor, sometimes I have to wear makeup. And there's a lot of people that will remove their makeup with paper towels, okay? And they, it's a waste. It's a waste of paper towels. It's a waste of paper, it's a waste of trees. So what I use is I go and I buy these colored washcloths. They're like 18 for $2-3 at Walmart, 100% cotton, nothing fancy schmancy, but it works. Also, if you need to blow your nose, okay, stop using toilet paper because you're just wasting paper. And you're killing trees. So you need to blow your nose, done, you have a bunch of washcloths. You can blow your nose with it. And then all you do is wash and burn. You do, it's all good. It takes 37 gallons. I'm going to grab something from over here real quick. It takes 37 gallons of water. 37 gallons of water to make one roll of toilet paper. Why am I telling you this? Because that's a lot of waste. So if you are using this to blow your nose or to remove your makeup, then you're wasting a lot of water and you're killing a lot of trees. So stop doing that. Use the washcloths. Another thing, instead of using paper towels as napkins, when you're eating dinner, use some cloth napkins. I do not have paper towels in my home because I don't use paper towels anymore when I realized. Now imagine, here's a roll of toilet paper, 37 gallons of water. Imagine how many gallons of water it took to make this roll of paper towels. So, guys, this is something that you need to know, and maybe start changing things. Get some napkins. You can buy them at Walmart or H-E-B or whatever, cloth napkins, and start using those. Okay, another thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about were tea bags. I've got so much stuff here that I wanted to show you guys that we don't have a big enough counter, so I'm going to have to scoot stuff over from time to time. Again, this is pomegranate green H-E-B tea, which is woo-hoo-hoo, very, very good, very delicious. Problem is all this wrapping, okay? So you got all this packaging, and then you've got the little string in here. I'm going to go ahead and open this. Then you got the little string in here, and then you got the tea bag, Yeah, but this is paper. This is probably cotton. And then you got, God, this smells really good. And then you've got the tea in here. Well, they sell little containers. You can buy bulk tea. And you just get your container and you fill up that tea. And they have this little tea strainer. I don't have one here tonight. But they have these little tea strainers, and you put the tea inside the little thing. And it's basically just a little wire mesh ball. And you put it in your hot water. And bam, you've stopped using this material, the string, the paper, and the wrapper. So you're saving on that. And when you buy bulk, it's a lot cheaper too. And you're saving from all this packaging. This stuff smells really good. You guys ought to try it. Pomegranate green. I haven't tried it yet. Thank you, H-E-B. One other thing, let's see, where are we at? The average American, this is a straw. The average American uses 500 straws a year. So you don't need a straw. If you're drinking at a restaurant or whatever, just drink out of the glass. You don't need a straw. So why am I telling you, oh, geez, just a little straw? It's 1 hour of energy, 1 hour of pollution that you're causing for every straw that you use, okay? So stop using straws, okay? And then some restaurants, they have the straw and then they cover them in paper. So there you go with more use of trees that you don't need to. You don't need to have straws. Another thing that people do, now I do this, and some people think that I'm insane, but I do this. Whenever I go out to eat, I'm going to be swinging stuff over here because we don't have room on the counter. But whenever I go out to eat, I recycle at home. And so whenever I go out to eat, and again, you might think that I'm being extreme, but I take the little plastic containers. This is a Whataburger. Yes, I'm a Whataburger-aholic. In fact, I'm going to Whataburger right after this show. I take these home and I recycle them. Again, you're thinking, oh, come on, gee, what's the big deal? It's just a little tiny thing. Dude, 1 hour of energy is wasted to make this. I'm not going to let it just go into some landfill, okay? So I bring it home. Some people think I'm insane, but I hope someday to have grandkids, and I want to leave, the planet a little bit nicer for them. Who cares about me? It's about our kids. So This I brought from a restaurant called Pollo Loco, which is really good chicken here in Austin. And I take it home and I recycle it. So, you know, it's an idea. Here's a plastic spoon, you know. Another thing that people do, if you go into a restaurant where you know there are restaurants here in Austin that still serve plastic spoons. Dude, bring your own utensils. You know, save on that 1 hour of energy that is being polluted by you having to use this. And then some of those places, they just throw it away. So there's actually an island that is twice the size of Texas. Twice the size of Texas. If you've ever had to drive to El Paso from Austin, you know how big Texas is. Twice the size of Texas, and this it's just plastic products, and they're just floating south. This huge, the size of 2 states of Texas, all plastic. So people, please recycle. They're endangering this one particular island that's near Australia that's affecting the turtles. This guy followed this one turtle for 4 hours. It was trying to get to this island so that it could, you know, breed. So another thing, cable boxes. Your cable TV boxes, the older Time Warner boxes, they use up so much energy, almost as much as your refrigerator, okay? And we leave them on all the time. We leave them on. It's not using that much energy. It's using, according to this report, they use almost as much as your refrigerator. That's insane. So another thing is try to buy items in bulk items, okay? So when you go and you get cereal or peanuts or whatever, instead of using plastic bags, go ahead and get one of these jars. They'll put how much the jar weighs and put it on there. Another quick thing, vinegar. Instead of using laundry detergent, just use vinegar, you know, and you put 1/4 of a cup. Here, I'll see if I can get you a good shot. Put 1/4 of a cup of vinegar in your laundry instead of detergent, and bam, your clothes are clean. It's a lot cheaper. This was, I think, like $2 or something like that. The one last thing that I wanted to tell you guys, because I'm running out of time, is microwaves. Guys, if you have a microwave, get rid of it, okay? Microwaves are not safe for you. They tell you, oh, you can be within 3 feet away from the microwave and you're good. Well, dude, I'm telling you right now, they're not safe for you. And you're putting your food in there, you're microwaving it, and then bam, guess what's gonna happen? That food is not good for you. So that's it. We'll be right back. I hope you learned something. We'll be right back. What do you want? You want to look at my belt? Is that what you want? Did you like it? Did you like this belt? It's a beautiful mint, baby. Okay. Just talk me into it. I'll give you some useless information. Just for you today. But you better be ready, because this is really, really good useless information that you need to know. Are you ready? I don't think you are. I'm going to take a sip of this wonderful concoction. just like me. What? You want to look at it again? It's hard, and it's soft, and it's delicious, just like me. Come get me, baby. Okay. Useless information. Number 1. You gotta pay close attention to this one because it's really important. The statues in parks is like this. If the horse is got both front legs in the air, the person died in battle. You didn't know that? Shut up. If the horse has one front leg in the air, the person died as a result of a wound received in battle. Yes, I said a wound. You know, like you got a cut on the wound. That's a wound. Shut up. If the horse has all 4 legs on the ground, the person, he died of natural causes. Why do they do that? You gotta stay tuned for more of that, because I got that answer for that, but I'm not gonna give it to you today. I'll give it to you in another episode, so shut up and sit back and listen to this one. Just less information. Number 2. The expression to get fired is from a long time ago when the Klan, yes, I said the Klan, when they didn't want somebody to live there and they wanted to get rid of them, they would burn their houses down. And that way they didn't kill them, but they burned their houses down, and that's where the expression get fired comes from. So if you ever hear that, now you know where it came from. Now you're just a little bit smarter than anybody else. Just as information. Number 3. I said it. I am is the shortest complete sentence in the English languages. That's right. I am. That's it. That's a complete sentence. Just as information. Number 4. The Hershey Kisses. Why is it called the Hershey Kisses? You don't know. Shut up. You don't know. It's called the Hershey Kisses because when the machine drops it on the conveyor belt, it looks like it's kissing it. And that's why a Hershey's Kiss is called Kisses. Hershey's Kisses. You didn't know it? No, you didn't. Just as information. Number 5. The phrase rule of thumb, the phrase rule of thumb, it comes from an Old English law, just an Old English law, which stated that you could not beat your wife with anything wider than a thumb. Can you believe that in England they were beating their wives? But they couldn't beat them with anything bigger or wider, not bigger, but nothing wider than a thumb. So that is where the rule of thumb comes from. You thought it was something else, didn't you? But you were wrong. It seems to me like you're wrong a lot. So do you know what you need to do? You need to watch the plata, because the plata will give it to you right. You'll always know that it's right if it comes from the plata. Oh yeah, one more thing. ¡Viva México! kids, we're back. I got Enrico Romano. Is that how you pronounce it, Romano?
Enrico Romano.
Enrico Romano. I try to do my Italian accent with him.
Why the purple thing is like Enrico Romano?
Enrico Romano. Enrico, where is lasagna? Enrico, where is the lasagna?
Lasagna, expensive lasagna.
Anyway, thank you so much for letting us
you.
interview you. I actually got a really good feeling about that somebody out there saw and heard you and thought, you know what, dude, I'm going to do it. I'm going to follow my dream. And it was because of you, because you inspired them. So awesome, dude. Thank you so much. Thank
you.
And he's really shy, and he didn't
Yeah.
want to be in front of the camera. He was writing me today, telling me, no, G, I don't want to do it because I don't like being in front of the camera, you know. But he did it. Viva Mexico!
Viva México, siempre.
Hi-ho, what do you know? The Big Daddy G Show, the Big Daddy G Show, the Big Daddy G Show. Hi-ho, what do you know? The Big Daddy G Show, the Big Daddy G Show, the Big Daddy G Show.
Here's your daddy.